Hi everyone. Today I have a story that ruffled my feathers more than a little. And as I read you the details of the story, you'll probably understand why. On Thursday, October 12th, the Justice Department and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau issued a joint statement cautioning that financial institutions may not use immigration status to legally discriminate against credit applicants. This joint statement reminds the financial institutions that all credit applicants are protected from discrimination on the basis of their national origin, race, or other characteristics covered by the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, regardless of their immigration status. The Justice Department and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau are issuing this statement because consumers have reported being rejected for credit cards as well as for auto loans, student loans, personal loans, and equipment loans because of their immigration status, even when they have strong credit histories and ties to the United States and are otherwise qualified to receive the loans. Let me break this down for you. Illegals are complaining that they are being denied loans for cars, education, equipment, and personal purchases because they're here illegally, even though they've been working here for a while and have established a life here. The statement goes on to say, while the Equal Credit Opportunity Act allows a creditor to consider an applicant's immigration status when necessary to ascertain the creditor's rights regarding repayment, creditors should be aware that unnecessary or overboard reliance on immigration status, including when that reliance is based on bias, may run afoul of the law. Let me break that one down for you. Although the Equal Credit Opportunity Act lets a bank or financial institution consider a person's illegal status when assessing whether that person can pay back the loan, these banks should take note that if they rely too much on the fact that the person is an illegal, the bank itself may be breaking the law. What? Lenders should not deny people the opportunity to take out a loan to buy a home, build their business, or otherwise pursue their financial goals because of unlawful bias and without regard to their actual ability to repay, said Assistant Attorney General Christian Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. So, Christy, what about the millions of black and white U.S.-born Americans that have been told over the decades that they can't get a house because their income is too low, their work history is too sporadic, or their credit is jacked up? What about the ones that worked in the same factory for 20 years and saved up $10,000 for a down payment, but couldn't get a mortgage because they were looking on the wrong side of town? What about the black and white U.S.-born business owners that needed a business loan to jumpstart their financial and wealth-building goals, like me in the early 1990s, for instance, that were told that we weren't established enough to receive a business loan? Come back in a few years, we were told. Well, heck, in a few years, I didn't need the money. But the banks and financial institutions are being told to give illegals loans if it looks like they can pay them back. What? The statement continues. This guidance reminds lenders that denying someone access to credit based solely on their actual or perceived immigrant status may violate federal law, and unnecessary or overboard reliance on immigration status may violate the Act's prohibition of discrimination on the basis of national origin, race, or other prohibited bias. In other words, if financial institutions consider immigration status for any other reason besides ability to repay, the agency said that they are probably breaking the law. Well, does it violate federal law or not? Why didn't you state specifically where in the law denying illegals loans would violate the law? Fair access to credit is crucially important for building wealth and strengthening household financial stability, said Consumer Financial Protection Bureau Director Rohit Chopra. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will not allow companies to use immigration status as an excuse for illegal discrimination. Wow, that's a really strong statement, Mr. Chopra. You just said that fair access to credit is crucially important for building wealth and strengthening household financial stability. And I agree. But what about the past and present discrimination that takes place against American descendants of slaves and other American-born peoples when it comes to fair access to credit? There is no doubt that fair access to credit is crucially important for building wealth and strengthening household family stability. Do you think that the denial of access to credit to people that look like me may be a large part of why black homeownership is lagging? Could lack of fair access to credit for building wealth for people that look like me be part of the cause of this dearth in black business ownership and job creation? Could it, Mr. Chopra? Can you see how this joint statement could feel like a slap in the face to those born here and struggling to build wealth and strengthen family financial stability as we are marginalized by the banks, the FHA, and other financial policymakers? Can you? This non-discrimination policy is the total opposite of the policies that were put in place regarding mortgages and other types of loans for some American-born people that look like me. Go research it for yourself. These policies were, and in some cases still are, in place. Can you say FHA guidelines in Levittown, New York, circa 1950s? Even as we speak, Chicago is paying $9,000 in rent for each migrant family that's been shipped in there, while homeless Americans are on its cold streets. Does anyone see the problem with threatening banks and financial institutions into doling out loans to illegal people when millions of people born here can't get the time of day from these banksters? Well, yes, there are some that see the issue here. Bud Cummings, a former U.S. attorney, objected to the agency's warnings to banks and other financial institutions. Bud said, the DOJ and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau tells banks it might be illegal to refuse the loan money to people who broke the federal law to reach the banks. You got to be kidding me. No, Bud, they're not kidding. According to the Center for Immigration Studies, there are roughly 11.35 million illegal immigrants residing in the United States as of January 2022. So what direction is this going for those of us that were born here? Can you tell me that? What do you all think? Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have a comment about the erosion of our economic system, leave a comment below. And as always, be safe out there. This is Sherry Peel Jackson signing out.